Hi, it's Andy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the A.D.K channel. Today's reaction is a band I certainly don't know if I've definitely never heard them, but I have the feeling that Kirk will and Andy won't, but we'll find out at the end. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but we'll find out. It'll probably just pop up on the screen because I've not even checked the video out yet. But hopefully you'll enjoy it. Hopefully we'll enjoy it. We'll share our thoughts and feelings at the end. Let's go check out today's video. Okay. Do we want to do a band guess? Any idea, Andy?
So,
Any idea from you, Andy? Do you know who the band is?
I don't, but was that Dino, formerly of Fear Factory, on guitar?
Don't think so.
Okay.
Not as far as I'm
No,
aware.
I don't know. No idea who the band is then.
No. Kirk, you say you know?
I think this is the down-tempo deathcore band Distant, and their album, I'm sure, is called Sin Eater, because I've got it in my calendar to review on Friday. Is it Distant?
No, it's Denihilist.
It's who?
No.
Denihilist.
Denihilist.
I've got
When
a
I saw
t-shirt,
that
look.
P at the end, I was
Denihilist. There you go.
like, shit, I got it wrong.
You were so close because, and the song is of course called Sin Eater.
Maybe the album's not called Sin Eater then. I just got
No.
it mixed up. Right.
So I'm gonna let Kirk. You can kick straight off with this one. I'm gonna go last on my feedback on that track.
Yeah, I guess you'd call this down-tempo deathcore. It's really about the pitch shifter effect on the drop tune guitars, isn't it? Monstrous groove, really macho vocals, which doesn't put me off. It's got that hardcore element to it, hasn't it? I don't think you need to be a guitar virtuoso to be playing music like this. It's like that the band that everyone has a love-hate relationship with, or maybe hates. Emure, have you ever heard them?
Who?
Emure, E-M-M-U-R-E. They play like thuggish
No.
deathcore as well. No, I enjoyed that song. I could probably sit through half an hour of that as an album as well if I'm out walking, because it does give you a bit of an energy boost, doesn't it, as well? It just makes you want to not goose step, but certainly stomp around through the through the English countryside. I always like the drums in the mix as well here. Very powerful, probably overproduced, be very difficult to capture that live. Can I put a question back to you two? What do you think of that thuggish element in extreme metal, or certainly in deathcore?
I'll answer that when I get to my bit. If you've got any other, we'll cover that when we'll do our relevant feedback. Do you have any other thoughts on it, or?
Oh, okay. Well, the hoodlum element, I don't mind, but if that became really popular and everyone started doing it, I would no doubt fall out of love with this genre. If you like this, listen to bands like Alpha Wolf, Emure, Distant, who I thought it was, so I've made a close error there. But I tell you who listens to music like this as well. One of our favourite bands from Hertfordshire, Vexed, who obviously are on their records. They're influenced by King 810 and Emure and even stuff like what's the Australian deathcore band? Completely lost it.
We covered them here.
No, we haven't.
Make them suffer. What do you think?
No, it's not. It does sound a bit like that, doesn't it? Just no electronics in there. Final thoughts on that. Quite dry, wasn't it? There wasn't actually. I didn't hear many competing influences in the mix. You just knew straight away down-tuned guitars, groove, and rough vocals that are really, really threatening and quite scary.
Fair enough. Andy, what did you think?
Answering Kurt's question about the vocals, I think that style suits that music, and I thought he had a good variation. I thought it was going to be very, sort of samey, when I first heard it, but he did vary it quite a bit. Even when he sort of stayed at one sort of style in say a verse, pitch went up and down. Unlike some, death metal, deathcore vocals, it was very, very one dimensional. But I like the vocals. Very, very low tuning. I don't know if you can take a stab at what it was, Kirk, how low it was, but the bass was very prominent as well. Good use of the bass guitar. I think the outro was unnecessary. Didn't like that at all. The song should have ended when he done the throat cutting motion. I thought that was where the end was going to be, and it just kind of, they just filled in a minute and a half or whatever of noise and samples and whatever. But yeah, really good. I enjoyed that. I could sit through an album that. I think it certainly gives you energy. It gives you the inclination to cause some damage to something. It's music that does that kind of thing to your frame of mind. And they should be paying in different engines for royalties regarding the TV
monitors. Yeah,
TV monitors. Yeah, that's stolen straight from our friends in a different engine.
Yeah, I did. As soon as I saw a TV, every time I see a TV now, all I think of is this bloody different engine. They've ruined it. Every other band now can't do it because we know of a different engine. My thoughts: like the vocals, love the sludgy guitar tone. Even for me, like the main riff, even though it wasn't a breakdown riff, it's effectively felt like a bit of a breakdown.
Very nearly was.
It's slow. It's slow enough. So when you then get to a breakdown, I'm like, I feel like I've already had 2 minutes of breakdown for another breakdown. And I completely agree with what you said, Andy. That last bit at the end, I was like, this is filler. Don't need it. It should have been 3 minutes long, cut. I have to say, I got to 2 minutes, I was bored because there was no variation in stylization of the track. It's just sludgy. What kept me interested in the beginning was I liked the vocals, I liked the riff pattern, and I liked the sludgy guitar. But by 2 minutes, I'm like, I've had 2 minutes of this. And then by putting the breakdown in at like 2.5 minutes, I was like, it's not doing anything more for me. It hasn't gone anywhere else. If they're going to bring the weird thing is they got the electronica samples at the end, and maybe if they'd done something like that earlier into the track, it may have broken the track up a little bit more. But I actually like I'm not saying I don't. It's just the track itself just felt, even though it was only about 3 minutes of an actual song and a minute of noise at the end of samples, what was there's enough of that song there that would make me interested to check them out again. But I just got bored. I'm looking for something a bit more interesting, and it's just it's too sludgy and just repetitive. So I'd like to see something.
Do you not think this genre goes out of its way to be seen as disruptive and to really go against any cliches that exist, within traditional heavy metal? Because like, look at the way they dress, the tunings of the guitars, the aggression, as I said, that like thuggish aggression. You wouldn't see people like that, to be honest, at Wacken Festival in Germany, for example, would you? Yeah, they're playing really heavy music. So it always intrigues me that. It's like, obviously, when Korn came onto the scene and everyone's like, what is this? They're wearing Adidas tracksuits, they're white, they've got dreadlocks. And I think deathcore does a similar bit of that. That's why a lot of old school death metal people hate deathcore, because they look at them and think, you don't know your heritage. Well, music sometimes needs to be iconoclastic. So I'm always in support of it. Like you said, though, Dave, it can get a bit tedious, that type of music, though, can it? There's no, for example, high register guitar parts in there. No. You actually needed a guitar solo, in my opinion.
Just needed something else to break it up, but it was a good track overall. There was all the elements were there, so yeah, good track. And that was Denihilist and Sin Eater. So if you like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe, and we will all see you on our video sometime very soon. Take care.